What is up, everybody? How's it going? Austin prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a good day so far. We're about to kick this thing off here in just a couple of minutes. As you are tuning in, let me know how your day is going. Today, we're going to be talking about protein shakes. Because a lot of times, a lot of people drink protein shakes or you know, whenever they first start a weight loss journey or they start working with a random, like supplement company or like Herbalife or even like Beachbody and shit like that, like Shakeology and all that. There's a lot of shit out there about protein shakes, and a lot of times people think that they're gonna do more than what they're actually going to do. And so I want to talk about what protein shakes are, what the deal is with those. As you were tuning in, though, give this video a like. If you're watching this later time, hashtag replay, so that way I know you saw it. And feel free to tag some people in the comments of the video if you feel like they would get value from this. If they have always wondered what's the deal with protein shakes, or maybe you are wondering about that right now. So let's jump into that in just a second. So right now I'm not able to like tag people for like I can tag some people, but Facebook's weird right now because they're doing updates and shit, and so I can't tag people in my videos for my lives. So yeah, hit the subscribe button on my profile if you like getting notified about my lives when they go live, because otherwise I might not be able to. So to tag you. But anyways, let's jump into this. So protein shakes, right? Everybody drinks them, or whenever people going on a fitness journey or weight loss journey, everybody's always thinking like, what do you think, right? You think going to the gym, you think gym bro drinking protein shakes, you're thinking like, oh, I can't like miss my anabolic window. Like people probably heard that term as well, anabolic window. Very like gym bro talk in a sense. And so protein shakes though, just to in short, just to kind of like demystify them. Because I've had people, just a funny story, and I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to embarrass them or whatever. But I had a friend who, and they might not even remember that they asked this or said this. I had a friend a long time ago when I was in college come up to me and tell me they're like, oh, like you take creatine and you drink protein shakes. I heard that those isn't that like basically like steroids? And it's like, what? What are you talking about? Basically steroids. And because there's just not a lot of there's a lot of information out there, but unless you go out and find it, like the general public, right? Doesn't know a whole lot about protein shakes. They don't know. They're like, oh my god, like it's a supplement. You take it. If you drink protein shakes, you're gonna get freaking jacked, and you're gonna be able to lift weights heavier and shit like that. That's not true, right? That's not true. Let's just clarify that is not the case. That's not how protein shakes work. Because every time I think about protein shakes, or I think about teaching people about like nutrition and supplements and things like that. Like that conversation always kind of comes back into my mind about how like somebody could think, right? The general public could think that something as innocent and nonchalant and very like vanilla in terms of the fitness and nutrition industry as protein shakes could be on par with something that's definitely not as vanilla as PEDs or like steroids or performance enhancing drugs. So like the two are not the same. Let's just say that. And so when it comes to protein shakes, though, a lot of times there's this like mystery behind it, or people think they're gonna get jacked because of it. People are gonna think they're gonna build a lot of, they're instantly gonna get stronger, build muscle, which is not the case, right? Protein shakes, just to talk about it straight up and just to kind of like I guess be like on the short end of things, are just food. It's just food. Protein shakes are just food. It's liquid protein. It's typically derived. There's so many different protein powders. I have a list here that I'm actually going to read off real quick. And this isn't even all of them, right? There's whey protein, there's egg protein, there's casein, there's soy, there's pea, there's hemp, there's rice, there's plant blends, then there's all sorts of others that are being studied. There's a lot of different types of protein powders out there that you can buy to fit your needs, whether you're vegetarian or vegan, or you have an allergy to like egg or to dairy or whatever it may be. There are so many different types of protein out there, like protein powders out there, that the list goes on, right? And so, it makes kind of sense. It kind of makes sense why sometimes people are confused about this stuff. Or if you just don't have a general understanding of nutrition, it can get confusing, right? It's like, which one do I buy? And so, at its base, though, protein powder or protein shakes, which is basically just protein powder already mixed together with a liquid, whether that be dairy or not dairy or water, is just that. It is liquid protein. It is a superfood in the sense that it is just like protein in its like purest form in a sense where you don't have if you're consuming it sometimes it has a little bit of carbs with it if you're doing like whey isolate or isolate proteins in general where it's the reason why it's called isolate is because it's been taken through like a secondary like filtering like method to isolate it even more. It's isolated. It's just protein, right? And so that's what it is. It's literally just an easy way to get your protein in at the end of the day or throughout the day. It's very filling, right? Because it's just protein, and protein has the highest satiety or satiety, however you want to pronounce it, out of the macronutrients, whether that be fat, carbs, or protein. Protein has the highest. It keeps you the fullest longer. That's why they call them meal replacement shakes, right? That's why you see meal replacement shake. It's anything can be a meal replacement, right? But the reason why they say that is because protein powder or any sort of like protein shakes or whatever, they're super like filling. They can be very filling for a lot of people. Or in some cases, right, if you're somebody who struggles to get your protein in, it can be a really good way to like quickly get something down the hatch if you have a low appetite. Uh, or if you're somebody who just has a low appetite in general and gets very full very easily, drinking those protein shakes can be a really good way to get your protein in without feeling like you're stuffed to the gills and because some people have really high appetites, some people have really low appetites, and those that struggle with their appetite being low, protein shakes can be a really good option. But when it comes to proteins though, protein shakes in general, just like anything else, it's something that can just be added to other foods. It can be added to like drinks. Like I have clients that add it to their oatmeal. I do that sometimes. I don't eat oatmeal a lot right now, but when I do, it's not a bad option. I put it in my coffee sometimes. You can get creative with it. You don't just have to have the shake as is. But any sort of way though, if you're somebody who is like trying to get your and this thing too that you got to be careful of is like whenever you're consuming protein, like shakes, protein powders, most of the time they are a complete protein, right? Most of the time, the ones that they sell in stores and things like that, they're a complete protein. And what I mean by that is not all protein is created equal, right? So like your body, our bodies, the way we have evolved as humans, we if so like if you notice, so like cows get really fucking huge, right? Cows can get really big, and all they eat is grass in theory, right? Or sometimes they eat grain and things like that. But they eat plants, right? They just eat a lot of plants and they get huge. They put on a lot of muscle, a lot of fat. If we ate just grass, right, we're not gonna get that way because we can't break down and digest certain parts of the plant to the full extent and to get all the nutrients out of it and stuff like that. That's where like fiber comes in. And things like that. And so for us, when we consume different kinds of protein powder, whether that be whey or egg or plant, or whether that's soy or pea or hemp or whatever, when you consume those, our body absorbs it like in different ways. Different proteins absorb in our bodies in different ways. We have a different type of absorption rate for certain types of proteins. So if you're, and if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you already probably know this, but you can't just eat black beans only and you'll be a-okay, right? Like you're not getting a complete protein like amino acid profile for your body to function properly because we have essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids, and not all proteins are created equal in terms of whether or not they meet that complete protein or a complete amino acid profile. On top of that too, like I was saying with the absorption rate stuff, to some extent, plant proteins are not absorbed 100% like whey is, or like a lot of like other meat proteins and things like that. And I'm not saying that they are they are technically like superior in the sense of us absorbing them, but things like soy are great for that too. And if you're vegetarian or vegan for health or moral issues, there are options out there. But I'm just saying this as a forewarning. Make sure that you are getting a complete amino acid profile from your protein sources. Otherwise, you're going to have lackluster results in terms of either muscle development and also just your body in general, like functioning right optimally. So yeah. Let's see. What was the other thing too? So long story short though, like at the end of the day, protein shakes, protein powder is just food, right? It's literally just powdered food that you consume to meet your nutritional goals. There's nothing special about it or magical or mystical about it other than the fact that it's just a protein rich, like dense food. And because it is so like full, right? And high in protein, it promotes a sense of fullness for people. So people can stave off hunger between meals. They can get a lot of protein in all in one go. If you have appetite issues, and yeah, so at the end of the day, though, like you just want to make sure that you're getting your protein from multiple sources, right? Like whether that be from meat for like like micronutrients like zinc and things like that, like red meat, or getting like that's where some of these other like plant proteins can come in handy too. Like I always say, like go for a diverse diet, right? Like don't eat all like the same thing every single like week for like months or years on end, because you might become nutrient deficient if you aren't getting a wide variety of foods. And that not only goes for your fruits and veggies, your carbs and fat sources, but it also goes for your protein sources too. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this helped kind of demystify protein powder or shakes for you a little bit. There's nothing magical about them. It's just food. It's just calories in the form of like super dense protein. And I hope that this is helpful. And if you got value from this, feel free to, like I said, give this video a like, share, tag it, tag friends in the comments who are thinking about buying protein powders or whatever it may be. You might help clarify it a little bit for them going forward. But at the end of the day, yeah, no problem, Lonnie. Hope you have a good one. That's what protein is. Protein powder is it's not. I don't even count it as like a supplement. Technically, it's literally food. That's like saying that if I like blended up like a banana, or like if I like dehydrated a banana and like ground it into powder and then like mixed it in water or whatever. That's like being like, yeah, that banana powder, that's a supplement. I mean, what defines a supplement, right? I mean, if you're supplementing your diet with it, I guess technically, like it is, but whatever. It's semantics at that point. So I don't really count protein powder as like a supplement. It's just food, like really convenient food that's in like a bag, just like any other like bagged food, right? It's just in the supplement section because you just typically see like bodybuilders and like other people like who are into fitness big time consuming it. But it can be great for people who aren't on a fitness journey. It can be great for people who are. I drink a protein shake pretty much every day, just because you know I'm always on the go, and sometimes I use it to like top myself off at the end of the day with my protein if I haven't hit it yet. And so that's how I kind of go about it too. So hopefully this is helpful. Have a good one, everybody. I will talk to you later. And yeah, let me know your number one takeaway in the comments down below. And yeah, have a happy Tuesday. Bye, everybody.